In this lecture, we are going to discuss retell lecture. In repeat sentence, what we did? We listened to a sentence and we repeated it. Instead of repeating a sentence, we are repeating a lecture. So it's not like repeating, it's retelling the lecture. That's why the name is retell lecture. So after listening to the recording, you have to retell that lecture. The lecture could be of 90 seconds, 60 seconds, it depends. This score contributes to your speaking and listening module, and the weightage of this particular question type is intermediate level. You can get 1 or 2 retell lectures. Time to answer or time to speak or retell the lecture is 40 seconds. In 40 you cannot retell the whole lecture, so it has to be your summary, it has to be the main point only. Okay guys, scoring 15 marks in total. If you explain important things, 5 out of 5 in content. If you explain content, let's say if your content is average, it will be 4. So details are there, download that criteria file from the internet. And I would be honest here, if you have included 20-25 keywords from the lecture, you will get 5 out of 5 in retell lecture. Why people say PT is easy? PTE is easy because we can crack the algorithm here. What is that algorithm? Do not hesitate, do not stop, do not take any pause, do not correct yourself, and then say anything. I am not saying this thing on my own, that's say anything. Okay, I will now show you the official website after this. On their website itself they have mentioned, do not waste time in repeating one sentence again and again, or do not waste time in correcting yourself. Speak fluently, continue talking. Okay, keep talking, they have said like that. Keep talking, they have written like that on the website. Okay, coming on to tips and tricks. At least 19-20 keywords are required in your answer. While making the notes, immediately figure out what is a topic, main topic. Okay, and while writing itself, figure out what keywords you are going to use in the sentence. The moment your audio is over, what will happen? The moment your audio is over, you will have, I think, 7 or 10 seconds that I'll show you in the website how much they have exactly mentioned. It is like 10 only, but you will get to know now after I am done writing the final keyword. And when I will be looking at the screen, it will be like 5 4 3. We don't have time at all here, 10 seconds. Okay, so let's say even if you finish writing with the speaker, let's say with the speaker, still like 10 seconds are very less. 10 seconds are nothing. Why? If you look at the screen, the timer will be like this: 10 9 8 7. Will you look down? No, you will be preparing. Okay, now it's going to be 1 0 and then I have to start. If you don't start, or if you keep quiet for 3 seconds, what, the recording will stop. So you don't have time to think at all. You have to think while writing the notes, while making the notes itself, while writing the keywords itself. You have to do everything there only. Okay guys, do not hesitate or stop. I'll now show you after these slides are over. This they have mentioned on the website. Ignore mistakes, keep talking, and use my templates wisely. Okay, what is my template? The lecture was about XYZ, in which the lecturer discussed its significance for society, humans, and let's say environment. Whatever is the topic, it will be either for society, it will be either for people, it will be either for country, it will be either for environment or country, environment, people, society. It could be any word here. Okay, let's say they are talking about malaria. Then what? It is for people, society, and health of the public. They are talking about internet. Let's say they are talking internet, people, society, country. You can say any. Internet helps students. If students are doing well, they are studying well. It is going to help society and country in general. So this is a very clever sentence. You can relate it with any topic. Now I can't show you the timer here. Okay, I have my mobile with me. I'm going to check. You can check since this video is getting played, so you can check the video time. So I'm going to start now. Start. The lecture was about XYZ, in which the lecturer discussed its significance for society, human beings, and environment. Guys, 5.95. Let's say 6 seconds. My first sentence will give you at least 6 seconds. Okay. Firstly, he talked about 5-6 keywords. Secondly, he discussed 5-6 keywords. Furthermore, the speaker mentioned about 5-6 keywords. Finally, the lecturer laid emphasis on 5-6 keywords. Done. Okay, these 4 sentences like this, and the final. Overall, the lecture was very informative as we got detailed insights about the topic. It offers vital knowledge on the subject and is strongly backed by significant facts and figures, and will have a substantial impact on the main topic, that is XYZ. Okay, now 6 seconds from number 1 sentence. Now I am reading the number 6 one. I will check the timer on my mobile. So here I go. The wait, I go in this way. Start. Overall, the lecture was very informative as we got detailed insights about the topic. It offers vital knowledge on the subject and is strongly backed by significant facts and figures, and will have a substantial impact on the main topic. 14 seconds. Now, what is a count? The count is, you go with my first one, you are getting, let's say, 5 if you are speaking bit fastly. You go with my sixth one, you are getting 13. So you have got 18 seconds out of 40 with my 2 sentences itself. Now let's check. If I simply say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, firstly he talked about, secondly he talked about. So here I go. Firstly he talked about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Secondly he talked about 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Furthermore, the speaker mentioned about 1, 2, 3, 4. 12 seconds. Now finally the lecturer laid emphasis. Finally, the lecture laid emphasis on 5, 6, 7, 8. 16 seconds, guys. So 18 plus 16, 34. We have easily crossed 30-second mark. That's all. And when you are using keywords, it won't be like 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Now I will read everything in one shot, and then we will check. Note the time. When I say start, you note the video time, and when I end, just check the time there. Okay. So 1, 2, 3 and start. The lecture was about XYZ, in which the lecturer discussed its significance for society, human beings, and environment. Firstly, the lecturer talked about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Secondly, he discussed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Furthermore, the speaker mentioned about 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Finally, the lecturer laid emphasis on 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Overall, the lecture was very informative as we got detailed insights about the topic. It offers vital knowledge on the subject and is strongly backed by significant facts and figures, and will have a substantial impact on the main topic. 33.40. So guys, you just write 20 keywords. You have easily covered how many seconds? 33 seconds out of 40. And I was saying 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. In real, you are going to use keywords from the lecture. So when you are using those keywords, these 33 will become like your 50. When you have written keywords, 20 keywords, I don't think there will be need to use this sentence. Okay, so now we will do some practice. Okay guys, and just see like how many keywords I am able to write, and then how I am speaking. I will be having one issue that if I write keywords on paper, you won't get to know. So I will be writing keywords on the system in a little different way. That will affect my score, but still I will give a try. Okay, if I am writing keywords on my on paper, then there is no way like I will be scoring less than 13 or 14, because here the only thing matters is like number of keywords and your fluency. Okay, so before starting the practice, I'm showing you this website. I already told you earlier, like they have said same thing on their website. So see what they have said here. You have 40 seconds to speak and make sure that you include all the main points. Fine. If you repeat ideas, correct yourself or hesitate, you will use a valuable time and lose score points. So keep talking, ignore any mistakes that you make. I hope now everything is clear. You can doubt my statements, you can doubt my teaching. This is the official website, and on the official website they have written, keep talking, ignore any mistakes, do not correct yourself. Okay guys, that's all. This is the thing I wanted to show you. Now I am going to do practice, and my practice will be in a little different way. I am going to minimize this screen, and I will be writing my keywords in this word file. Okay, it will be little bit difficult, but still it's not like I'm right now in the exam, and if I score 10 or 6 out of 15, or let's say 50 out of 90, so I will fail. I'm just teaching you, so just get idea. Okay, so the moment the question is starting, I will have like 4 seconds, and after that it will start, and now I need to make notes here.
Picture is a picture, sort of artist's impression before the space age of what Venus might be like on its surface. And so this was looking at the planet Venus. It was science fiction and science fact all the way up to 56 before the start of the space age. But it wasn't completely disproved, this idea of a really sort of lush environment on Venus, until 1967, which is when the first measurements in detail were done at Venus. So Venera 4 and Mariner 5 confirmed the feeling from an earlier space mission that in fact the surface of Venus was not like this at all, but extremely hot, and also that the clouds were made of sulfuric acid, so there wasn't a nice water cycle like is going on in this picture. But it had to wait for these in situ measurements by a spacecraft to actually do that. And so Venus turned out not to be quite as Earth-like as we thought. And I'll sort of tell you about some of the latest results from Venus Express, which say actually there are some Earth-like features, but to a large extent it's not like the Earth. Okay, so a brief comparison between...
Okay, so audio is done, and I'll click here so that this screen is activated. So see, 3, 2, 1, start. The lecture was about planet Venus, in which the lecturer discussed its significance for the scientific community. Firstly, the lecture discussed important terms like science fiction, science fact, 1956, 1967, when first measurements were taken in detail. Then the lecture said like Mariner 4 and Mariner 5, where they confirmed the feeling for the earlier missions. Then the lecture said like the surface of the Venus planet is extremely hot. The atmosphere is made up of sulfuric acid, and in situ measurements were not like what we thought. Overall, the planet Venus was different from what we thought. Overall, the lecture was very informative, as we got detailed insights about the topic and strongly. So this is how guys you have to do. Now when I am writing on paper, I always highlight important words. So these were important words: science fiction, science fact, planet Venus, 1956, measurement, 4 and 5, confirm the feeling, hot, sulfuric acid. Means while speaking I fumbled here. Why? Because I did not know like what is this word. It was in situ, but I forgot. That's what the problem. If I am writing on paper, I would be either crossing it like I won't be speaking, or I will be writing INSITU. While speaking now, I forgot what he said, and then not like what we thought. So because I fumbled here, I could not speak this last sentence. So anyway, what I told you, like I'm not in exam right now. Okay, so this is how you are going to get question, and this is how you have to speak. Okay, now I'll do one thing. I'll do one more. So here I go with the second one. It will start within like 3, 2, 1 start.
Okay, so this is the big benefit of a universal philosophy. It says it applies to everybody. Well, looks, that doesn't, 205 or 206 countries in the world, and you've got something that applies to everybody. It's a bit strange, isn't it? No, says liberal theory. There are some value structures that apply to all of us. You couldn't have the United Nations without it. It couldn't tell you that the Universal Declaration of Human Rights without this idea of values that apply to all of us just because we are humans. Now, the idea is to test that as well. Why is sport universal? Why does everybody play football? It's because the values are specified at a very thin level at the top. There are these rules and we all have to abide by just these rules. But there are lots of things about football that aren't rules specified. So Brazilian football is different from Italian football, from British football, from German football, from Spanish football. It's culturally specific, but acknowledges that there are these universal general rules that apply to everybody.
Journal rules done. The lecture was about universal philosophy, in which the lecturer discussed its significance for world, society, and for the countries in general. Firstly, the lecturer said that there are 206 countries in the world, and there is something that applies to everybody, which is not so strange as per the liberal theory. Then the lecturer gave example of UN, United Nations value structure, and to test this theory, he gave example of football. He said like everyone plays football, everyone playing football has a different kind of cultural thing. He gave example of British football, German football, Italian football, Brazilian football. Overall, the lecture was very informative as we got detailed insights. That's all, guys. Okay, now I was again the same thing because I'm writing on system, so it is bit difficult. Okay, but anyway, this is how you have to do. Did I do good? No, I did not do good in this question. Why? While speaking, I fumbled, right? Whatever is the reason, means it's the other thing that I did not write. I did not make notes on paper. I was writing on computer. That is other thing. But forget that thing for 1 minute. How did I speak? Did I speak well? No. Why? Because there was hesitation. If I submit, then you will get to know what is my score here. There were, I think, 3 or 4 fumbles, and more than one fumble I won't score more than 3 in content and more than 3 in pronunciation. So see here. Well, 77. That's a problem. There was fumble. Well, not just one fumble, there were 4 or 5 fumbles. So see, very less score. 77 is very less. It is like 12. It's written on the website. Do not stop, do not correct yourself, do not hesitate, keep talking, keep talking. You can even score 15. And when students take exam, and they can see their skill profile also in the official website. When we take test on the official website, there at the bottom of the page there is something like skills profile. We get to know like how we did in extended speaking module, how we did good in some, let's say, repeat sentences dictation. Indirectly, directly they have not mentioned. There are different terms like reproduce spoken and written response, then something like extended speaking, extended writing, short writing. So when students who generally speak fast I have seen they do good in extended speaking. And in extended speaking, there are only 3 questions: read loud, retell, and describe image. All 40 seconds question. And one example is in front of you. I fumbled still 77. Imagine if I am not fumbling. I fumbled in the last sentence, like he gave example of British football, something like that. If I am not, saying that particular sentence, then what? I can even say overall the sentence, overall the topic was very informative as we got detailed insight. So I can easily cover my 40 seconds. There was no need for me to go with that sentence. But because I was not sure, I thought, okay, I will be able to read. And when I tried to read, like, what is a keyword, I missed it. Like in the earlier example, it was written in situ, INSITU, measurements. But I had written inside, so I forgot, like, it is in situ or inside, and what is inside. So small fumble bring you down from 5 to 3. Okay, no, 5 to 4, and more than one fumble, 5 to 3. So 3 means something like 60, 65. Okay, this right now it is showing 77, so it is like 12 plus. How much 12? How much plus, that I don't know, but in terms of 90s, so 77 is fine. Okay, guys. So I hope you have got the idea how we get this one retell lecture in the exam. Remember, the moment your audio is over, okay, you will be writing keywords on paper, so you will be looking down. The moment you are done writing your keywords and you look at the screen, it will be like 5, 4, 3. So you have to be prepared. Okay, remember, there is no time. And if you feel like, you can also do it with ease, you can write keywords, guys. It's not about writing keywords. It's not about, seeing someone else and doing it and feeling like, okay, it is easy and you can also do it. Practice, practice, and practice. These 3 rules. 3 rules for you. First one, practice. Second, also practice. And the third one, again practice. Template in mind and practice. You should cram these templates. And practice what? And practice to put keywords in those templates. How I did. Okay, guys. So that's all. Thank you very much.